From the Detroit Free Press, it's Tuesday, November 16th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Bush's has over 4,000 Michigan products, including the freshest fruit and vegetables, meat, seafood, and baked goods. Stop by one of Bush's 16 locations for the personal service you expect from your neighborhood grocer.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. The flu virus is sweeping the University of Michigan's Ann Arbor campus, with 528 cases diagnosed at the University Health Services since October 6th. The outbreak is so sudden and large, it has drawn the attention of federal health investigators. A team from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will be on campus this week, trying to learn more about the spread of the virus and the effectiveness of this year's flu vaccine. 313 cases of influenza A were identified on campus the week of November 8th alone, and 37% of flu tests that week were positive. Among those who have contracted the flu at U of M this fall, 77% reported that they didn't get a flu vaccine. The outbreak investigation will be led by the local health department and will include the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the university, and a team from the CDC. Health leaders say they are concerned about the timing of this outbreak in Ann Arbor, as many students plan to travel soon for Thanksgiving break. They are calling on as many people as possible to get flu vaccines. To learn more about the outbreak and where to get a vaccine, go to freep.com.
Reporting for the Detroit Free Press, I'm Miriam Marini. After nearly 6 months of being held in military-ruled Myanmar, Michigan journalist Danny Fenster was released Monday. Fenster's release comes days after his conviction. On Friday, he was sentenced to 11 years of hard labor, but former U.S. diplomat Bill Richardson negotiated his release. Fenster, who hails from Huntington Woods, was convicted of spreading false or inflammatory information, contacting illegal organizations, and violating visa regulations. Multiple state and national leaders voiced their support for Fenster's release, including Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter, who said, "So much to be thankful for, from the persistence of Danny's family Rose, Bud, and Brian Fenster, to the negotiating skills of Bill Richardson, to the perseverance of Danny Fenster, a journalist who never should have been arrested for doing his job." For more of Fenster's story and comments from local and national leaders, visit thefreep.com.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Eric D. Lawrence. Michigan environmental regulators have issued 3 violation notices against Stellantis' Mack assembly plant on Detroit's east side. The issues include complaints of strong paint odor, which neighbors say make it hard to enjoy their homes. They also complain of numerous health issues, which they blame on the plant, which builds new versions of the Jeep Grand Cherokee. But activists and those neighbors are unhappy with state environmental regulations that allowed the plant to have higher emissions when it was seeking permits in 2019. Those rules meant the company was able to offset its increased emissions at the plant by agreeing to cut emissions at an assembly plant outside Detroit in the suburb of Warren. Because the increased pollution is happening in a majority African-American city and the decrease is happening in a whiter suburb, critics say it's an example of environmental racism. The company, however, says those emissions offsets are the reason the development, which they note has led to thousands of jobs, was able to move forward. The company also says its main priority is on addressing the concerns raised by regulators.
I'm Andrew Hammond with the Free Press Sports Department. The Major League Baseball offseason is still in its early stages, but the Tigers are making a splash. According to sources, the Tigers signed left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez to a 5-year, $77 million contract on Monday. The 28-year-old has pitched 6 seasons for the Boston Red Sox, making his major league debut in 2015. In 2021, he pitched in 32 games, posting a 4.74 ERA and 185 strikeouts. The addition of Rodriguez means another young and talented arm is headed to a youthful core of starting pitchers. And the signing checks off a box for what the Tigers have been looking for in their 2021-22 free agent checklist.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism and subscribe, go to freep.com/special offer.